Hi, family. I want to talk about some. I want to talk about rules and regulations. Wow, it is so difficult for people. So then, there's so many different types of rules and regulation that you be okay with one rule and regulation, but not with other, right? So, and no matter where you at, what you're doing, who you with, where you stay, and where you live, there's rules and regulations to everything. So let's talk about the youth for a minute, right? It's difficult for them to follow rules and regulations a lot of time. And when I speak, it's never 100%. So the youth have issues with all the rules and regulations at home. You can't play video games till you do your homework and you eat. Uh, you can't go out this weekend because you didn't respect me. So there's a lot of rules. And some people can handle rules and some people can't. And then they make decisions that are not convenient. Sometimes you have young people that live in your house, have the best of everything, but can't follow rules and regulation. So what happens? They choose to leave. And you're gonna have rules and regulation where you're gonna go live. You might have more. Because when you live in your home, you know, you are real comfortable. And parents sometimes let you go with certain things. But then when you go to somebody else's house, there's even more rules and regulation because you're not their kid. And then it becomes difficult. So you see, and that happens in everything. We go to church. There's rules and regulation. There's rules and regulation in the Bible. There's rules and regulation with husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, mother and father, even your grandparents, you know. And it's a difficult thing because I've always say this, I repeat this in almost everything that I speak. You want to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Unfortunately, that's not the way it is. I left my family and at an early age, probably earlier than a lot of other people. I was being on my own. You see, my mother raised me right. Not that I left for the right reasons now, you know. My mother taught me how to do everything that I would be able to live on my own because she always wanted to teach me responsibility. But even though that she taught me all that, there was also rules and regulation. Oh wow. I got hit for so many things that I just say, but why? I asked a question and got hit. That's the way my mother raised me. And just to know that that was embedded in my mind in the back somewhere. And even though I didn't agree when I was young, and even when I was older, ever since I changed my life, I've come back to everything my mother taught me and say, wow, only if I would have listened earlier. You know, it's funny because we need we need to realize that we even hurt ourselves. Doctors take care of us and give us a few rules. You can't do this, you gotta take this pill after you eat, you gotta take this one before you eat. And a lot of us, you know what we say? How are they gonna know the difference in the time? I'll take it without eating. Then you wind up back in the hospital with stomach pains. and you say, but what happened? You see, because you're so, how could I say, you be so involved in not following rules so often that when then something happens, you really don't know where it came from. You know, I've been through it. Left my house early. I didn't like a lot of the rules. But then I went to jail a lot. That place got rules and regulations. They tell you when to go to the bathroom, when to eat, when to take a shower, and when to go to sleep. And there's no way you could get around it. That's the way it is. You own your own car. I'll use New York for an example. But you can't park it where you want. You can't drive through where you want because there's rules and regulations. You know, we really should follow all the rules and regulations. But if you in your mind want to only set your mind to follow certain rules, guess what? Follow the rules of God. The funny thing about that is, the reason I tell you follow the rules of God is because if you follow His rules, you're going to be following every other rule. You just don't realize it. You see? Because following the Lord's rules and regulation, there can't be no wrong in you. It's something to think about it. I've thought about it because today, I really have changed so much with rules and regulation that you shouldn't litter, right? So before I started following God, I'll eat a candy or an ice cream or something and walking down the street, throw it on the floor. Or I'd be driving and I'm eating something, throw the paper out the floor. Throw it out through the window. I don't know how to do that today. I really don't. Because it's not a godly thing to do. Today I done ate a candy and stick the garbage in my pocket till I get to a garbage can. You see, sometimes we don't see them little simple things. And I have seen it. I've seen, I always talk about how much I've changed and follow rules and regulation. But I have a great person next to me, my wife. I call her my PO, my parole officer. And when I do forget about a rule and regulation, she reminds me. The best gift I got from God. Just think about what I just said and take inventory of yourself and see all the little things and rules that you break. And you'll be surprised. And me as a driver that I always speak about that I am, guess what? When you break rules and regulation and you're driving, it could cost you your life. Think about it. Little simple mistakes. Follow God's rules and regulation and you'll be all right with the rest. God bless you guys. Real Talk with Victor. Love you. God bless.